We're back, I think. Let me see if we're back. I feel like maybe we're back. Are we back? In a disaster befitting the Boomsday project, my place got struck by lightning and the power went out. All right. Okay, and we're back up. And we're back up. And we're opening packs. Just 25 packs more to go. I don't remember what I was talking about when I got shut down. All right, back into it. Here we go, full speed. Man, just a pile of those cloning devices. Tending Tauren. All right. Oh, got a second Dank Petal Florist. We're going to do some memes on some people, potentially. I wonder if you only play one of those. That's another thing, actually, that gets picked up by the Juicy Psych... Excuse me, the Juicy Psych Melon. Since that costs 7, so now your Psych Melon can draw you a Dream Petal Florist, Malygos, Lich King, and then something for 10. Wow, we got a third one. I mean, I like it, but we can only play 2 copies of it. That's alright. Whirly Gliders, Astral Rifts. Boom Master Flark. 7 mana 5/5 Battlecry, summon 4/0/2 Goblin Bombs. Huh. So that's 7 mana for a 5. Whatever 8 plus 5 is, 8, 13. 5/13 spread across a bunch of mech bodies. And they don't want to flame strike you because then they take 8. And then if your battle cries go off twice, because there's that necromancer, your battle cries detonate twice. Is there a way to cheat that out so then your bombs all go off? You hit him in the face for 16. I don't know, might be cool. Plus this gives you a bunch of targets to like slap your war gears and all your stuff on. I don't think Goblin Bomb is good, but I think getting 4 of them for cheap might be good. What do the numbers on the top right of the card mean? The top left of the card, it's the mana cost. So the question is, this is the mana cost, the attack power, and the health. Yeah, no problem. Attack power and health of minions, and then any text we're talking about is the stuff that's down here. So for example, this is a hunter card. You can tell by the color. It's a nice rich green color. Also it says hunter, but so it costs 2 mana. It has 2 attack and 2 health. It's a creature. It has the magnetic keyword and the poisonous keyword. So you can, magnetic means you can attach it to another mech. This is the card type down here. So if it has mech and this has magnetic, you can attach it to this as if it is like a benefit or a buff spell. And then poisonous means anything that it attacks immediately dies regardless of health. So the big themes of this particular set, magnetic is a new keyword. So like Battlecry means an effect that when you play it from your hand, the Battlecry takes effect. Death Rattle when the creature dies, regardless of whether you played it from your hand or not, because there are ways to sort of cheat minions. Whoop, I just hit the microphone again. There are ways to cheat minions out. Death Rattle just means whenever this creature dies, something happens, and in this case it's summon a 7/7 mechanical dragon, which is good. 6 mana for 2/2, that's not very good. 6 mana for 7/7, that's alright. And then there's like conditional battle cries, like this one is 5 mana 4/5. 5 mana 4/5 is not very good. But Battle Cry, if you have 10 mana crystals, summon 2 copies of this minion. Now it's a 5 mana 12/15 worth of stuff spread across 3 creatures. That is indeed, as you said, wicked. Alright, research project. Just drawing cards. So this is a spell. This is an example of a spell card. So 2 mana, this happens. So in this case, it's 2 mana, both players draw 2 cards. Which is not very good. unless you need cards more than they need cards. So one of the things I like to do in Mage is try to put together combinations where you hit them in the face with an unlimited number of fireballs. And in those situations, you need cards quickly, even at the cost of giving them cards, potentially. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Rocket Boots. Anything that draws a card is potentially good. Oh, Arcane Dynamo. This is new. 6 mana, 3/4, so the stats are not good. Battlecry, discover a spell that costs 5 mana or more. That seems... So you pay 6 mana to discover a spell that you cannot play that turn. So you discover a spell for next turn, and you play a 6 mana 3/4. That seems too slow. You're gonna spend 2 turns not doing anything. Then you're gonna be dead. Rocket Boots. Skater Bot, besides being really hip and able to do kick flips, it's probably not very good. Brainstormers, there are other cards that do this effect better, unfortunately. But can't argue with the hair. Auto Defense Matrix is interesting. Mulch Muncher, I'm really intrigued by. Maybe there is a Goblin Bombs Hunter deck. You know, because this is another 2 Goblin Bombs. You have the Flark that summons 4 Goblin Bombs. Maybe with enough Goblin Bombs, you just win the game. Maybe it's like an odd mech hunter deck. So you get all these Goblin Bombs, so they just keep taking incremental damage. Your hero power keeps hitting them for damage, and then eventually they're just dead. Draw a card, copy it if you played an elemental last turn. I misread this card, because the first time I saw this card I thought it said draw again. But it's actually a Mimic Pod effect, where you draw a card and you get a second copy of that card if you played an elemental type creature last turn. I don't know if that's better or worse, but it is... I mean, Mimic Pod was played in Rogue, so maybe it's good enough for Shaman as well. Golden cards are super cool. Wow, we went from like 0 to 3 loose specimens in no time. Cloak Scale Chemist. I'm actually starting to think that maybe it's not that good. If this was a mech, but now it seems like all the good targets to be buffed are mechs. Because you can't magnetize stuff onto stuff that's not a mech. Like even this guy. So this is actually an example of where the Battlecry is bad and you would like to avoid it. Because the Battlecry deals 6 damage to itself. So it's only a 6 mana 5/6 if you play it from your hand. But if you can cheat it out somehow, if you can get it into play without playing it, then it's a 5/12, and that's amazing for 6. But 6 mana 5/6 taunt, that's garbage. It's not garbage, but it's not very good. For 6 mana, you'd like a 6/7 kind of amount of stats. 5/6 is not good enough. All of this stuff I think we've seen before. Only 2 packs left, and then we can build some decks. And get on the ladder and fight some nerds. Or not nerd. Oh, Thunderhead. Yes. You remember Thunderhead? This is it. Last chance for a legendary creature. Come on. Come on. Come on. Nope. It's alright, we got a couple legendaries. Unpowered Maulers, the last one. Alright, that's 145 packs.